everyone. My name is Arifa from AGS channel, Only Destination for Learning. Today I am going to begin the first chapter in your 9th standard textbook, Matter in Our Surroundings. What is matter? See, the title of the chapter is itself Matter in Our Surroundings. What is this matter? See, matter is nothing but every substance which you see in our surroundings is called as matter. This is a simple way of making you to understand. Everything, right from a plant, notes, chalk, this board, everything is called as the matter. See, every substance whichever you see has some space and has some mass, isn't it? Now if I keep this chalk on the board, it occupies some space, isn't it? And it has some mass. Okay, so any substance which has mass and occupies space is called as the matter. Examples are every substance which you find in your surroundings. So what is this matter is made up of? See, according to our ancient philosophers, matter is made up of 5 different substances, or as they call it as Panch Tattva. According to the ancient philosophers, matter is made up of this Panch Tattva, and here Panch is nothing but 5, Tattva is nothing but the things. And these 5 things are nothing but air, water, fire, earth and sky. So whatever substances you find, all these are made up of these 5 different things according to our ancient philosophers. And in the past there was a discussion. There were 2 schools of opinions regarding this matter. Some said matter is continuous as this board, which is continuous. Some said matter is particulate in nature. Our scientists have discovered that matter is particulate and not continuous. To make it or to understand it in a better manner, whether the matter is continuous or particulate, we shall perform an activity. So according to the scientist, matter is particulate in nature, isn't it? We shall perform an activity that how that activity tells us that the matter is particulate in nature. To perform an activity, let us take a beaker. Take a beaker and pour water into this. We have poured some water, and in this beaker we shall add salt or sugar, a common ingredients which we use in our common life. Okay, salt or sugar, either of these we shall add into this beaker, and let us stir the solution completely. After stirring it, after a couple of minutes or seconds, you can see that the salt which you have added is completely dissolved in this, isn't it? You cannot find any salt substances clearly, or you cannot discriminate between the salt, an ingredient which you have added, and the water. You get a homogeneous solution completely, isn't it? Where you cannot discriminate between a solute and a solvent. Okay, you get a homogeneous solution and you cannot discriminate between the salt and the water. This shows what the salt or the matter which you have added is a particulate in nature and it is not continuous. One more example I will give you. See, if you prepare a lemonade during a hot summer, see, every one of us like lemonade during hot summer, isn't it? We often rush to kitchen and have certain different juices and lemonade in order to keep our body cool, as well as in order to taste different recipes, isn't it? One of the favorite is lemonade. Most of us we add lemon juice, sugar, few of them they add salt and pepper in order to have a delicious taste to that. So soon after preparing lemonade, you sit in front of a TV to sip it, isn't it? So there what is going to happen, if you take one sip of lemonade, there the first sip it tastes sweet or salt according to the ingredient which you have added. Until you complete the entire juice in your beaker, that is of same taste. It doesn't taste sweet initially and later salty or so. Continuously throughout the juice whichever you have prepared, it shows a single taste. This shows not that the matter is particulate and it is not continuous. The first conclusion about the physical nature of matter. See, in this chapter we are studying only about the physical nature of matter, and in the subsequent chapters we shall proceed to the chemical nature. This is the first characteristic of physical nature of the matter. The second one is, scientists said that the matter is, or the particles of matter are very small in nature, very tiny in nature. How do we come to know that the particles of matter are too small? For that also we shall prepare one more activity. For this activity, we need to take a beaker filled with water and potassium permanganate. So let us take a beaker and add 100 ml of water to this beaker. Okay, 100 ml of water we have added into this beaker, and to this water we are going to add potassium permanganate. See, this potassium permanganate, only 2 to 3 crystals we are going to take, and these 2 to 3 crystals we are going to add up into this beaker which has 100 ml of water in it. Let us take it as a first beaker. Once you add this potassium permanganate, the color of this solution, it is going to change. It gives purple color. You are going to get a purple color. Next, let us take one more beaker. Here you add 90 ml of water. Okay, we shall take only 90 ml of water in the second beaker and collect 10 ml of sample from the first beaker. 10 ml of the mixture which you have got here, by adding potassium permanganate into the beaker, that we are going to collect, and we shall add here 10 ml plus 90 ml of water. 10 ml of the solution from first beaker we have taken and we have added. Let us take the third beaker. Here also we shall add 90 ml of water and 10 ml of the solution from the second beaker. So from here we are taking to the third beaker. Okay. If we continue the same procedure, at the last beaker, there also the same thing, we collect 90 ml of water and 10 ml of the solution from the seventh beaker. How we have taken from second to third, in a similar manner we take from seventh to eighth beaker. At the last beaker we shall find that we have got the colored solution. As of the first beaker we have got even the solution as colored. But you will observe that the colored solution is not thick as the first beaker, but it is faded. The color of the solution is not too dark, but we get a faded color, and that it indicates how much ever we are trying to dilute the solution, the particles are not completely dispersing. They are still present in the solution, indicating that the size of the particles are too tiny. They are not visible to our naked eyes, but they are present in the solution and they are changing the color of the water. This indicates that the particles are too small. This is about the physical nature, or the first two conclusions drawn by the scientists, that the matter is particulate in nature and it is tiny in nature or very small in its size. In the next videos, we shall study about the motion of the particles and the states of matter in detail. Hope you understood, and if you like my video, please like it, share it and subscribe it. Do not forget to press the bell icon, and once you subscribe it, you will be updated with my new videos as ever I update them into my channel. I am Arifa from AGS channel, only destination from learning. Signing off. Thank you.